Right, welcome back everyone. I hope you can hear me. So this session will explore indigenous food systems in the potato park in the Andes near Cusco of Peru. And the potato park is a biocultural heritage territory which was established in 2000 with support of the NGO Asociación Andes. And it's now a thriving indigenous food system where indigenous Quechua values and beliefs are really strong. And it's provided a really important response, or is providing an important response to a number of crises, to the crisis of biodiversity loss, of climate change impacts in the Andes, and also to COVID-19 and the racism crisis that we're facing that this summer's events exposed. So first of all, we're going to show a short film which provides some background on the potato park, and then we're going to have a live streamed interaction with the experts, indigenous experts from the potato park communities. You can probably see them in Jessica's camera there. So the film is it's filmed in the potato park, but it also involves indigenous communities from other countries that visited the park to learn about how to establish similar biocultural territories. And that initiative is the INMIP, the International Network of Mountain Indigenous Peoples. So we learn about both the potato park and this initiative. We're here because of INMIP, which is the International Network for Mountain Indigenous Peoples. We've come together to meet in Cusco, in the potato park. The aim is to exchange knowledge and experiences between mountain indigenous peoples. "11 countries have come: Bhutan, China, India, Kenya, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Thailand, the Philippines, Taiwan, and Peru."
You chew it and just spit it after taking the juice.
Kurampucha wakapanakuna nukanchis kay llankayninchista astawan wachirichisunchis.
其实我在那个马铃薯公园的时候，我觉得这样的高山的高度很像回到家里。那即使虽然我们是很多森林的。
The potato park is a very good example, a successful example of a biocultural heritage territory. It's a territory managed by 6 indigenous communities, a large territory of 9,000 hectares, and it has a very high diversity of potatoes. It's in a center of origin of potato.
Tenemos como una herramientas en cada comunidad, fitotoldos y también invernaderos. Actualmente estamos conservando en el Parque de la Papa 1,367 variedades de papas nativas.
The network uses a walking workshop methodology, which is about community to community exchange of knowledge. So there's not an external expert that teaches the communities. They teach each other, and they do that while they walk through the landscape. So the landscape is like their classroom.
We have village in here. We have school, the big school.
We have about 3 or 4 major towns which we have indicated within our map.
Kimangkil is known as the municipio of all the mountains, and it is life-giving. It gives life.
Luego ya nosotros tenemos nuestras andenerías, la agricultura.
And this is the stone village, and those are the terrace fields, and the terrace fields goes all the way down to the river. Yeah, we're done.
Such an honor to meet all of these people from all of these different places, and to also see like how much similarity there is like from all of these different mountain indigenous groups, but yet there's a lot of diversity. It's really cool.
Where we are now is a hotspot of the diversity within the potato park for both wild and cultivated potato species. We use these populations for food, for medicine, for fuel, for fodder, and we can also use them as a source of adaptive traits to help adapt our cultivated crop populations to climate change. We're working to develop integrated management plans for the long-term active conservation of these populations. What you're going to do is start looking for the wild potatoes. 1, 2, 3, and actually it does have a seed pod.
So nice.
The original land of potato is Peru, but the original land of apple is Tajikistan. And the idea of making park of apple park was a dream. Today we see this on a land. We see that the apples are growing, they are flowering. Maybe in a few next year we will see this local species, local varieties of apple.
Yeah, we're gonna introduce our work to you. So they make this so they can start weaving from this. And then they use cochinilla, a bacterium that grows in tuna for dyeing.
In Kyrgyzstan, and so handicrafts and handmade, this from sheep wools and different colors. It is very useful to share experience, to learn from each other modern and also cultural and traditional techniques, practices and knowledge.
The workshop has really been an eye-opener for me to learn that even though we are in the globalized world, traditional knowledge is very, very important. It's a key foundation to the success of the well-being of indigenous communities.
We have realized some constraints. We feel that there will become problems. One of them is our communities are highly fragmented.
Women and men participating in community management, resource management.
那因为我们传统知识太多，但是我们现在只做一件事，就是小米的富裕。Non-indigenous people or outside organization or scientists need to respect the local knowledge.
那当然，我觉得我的族群面对最大的挑战，当然一个是气候变迁，另外一个是高度现代化跟资本化的冲击。
文化传承这部分，酿酒、织毛布，还有组织包材技术传承下去。
But we will have various platforms to disseminate our information and transfer knowledge, like the field days, innovation fairs.
Transfer the knowledge to the young generation and how to motivate this. Just look for to establish micro enterprises. Make sure that the young generation will stay in the village.
我觉得有一个很重要的是可以让我们更坚定的相信传统知识跟人的生态圈，它是可以被透过连结，是可以持续的被富裕起来跟 恢复起来的。
To see their buildings, to see their house, natural dye, and the way they farm and the way they plant, and especially the way they think, the concept of them. They're not just making money, but then they're making a world to be a better place. And they make us realize that what we could go back and do to our country as well, that not just think about the money, but think about the rest of the world, think about what's left for the future generation as well.
Great, thank you. I hope that's provided some introduction to the potato park. And we're now going to start with the live streamed interaction and the presentations from the potato park experts. So they are going to present in Quechua, and at the bottom of your screen you'll see interpretation. If you click on Chinese, you will get the translation from Quechua into English. There isn't a button for Quechua, so we have to use the Chinese. So let's go straight into it.
Bueno, especialmente para Cristina, el proyecto IED Chaimanta, nos hay copas a través de la Asociación de Comunidades del Parque de la Papa Ocumanta, ya paico Junine Guspa, Huya Guspa, Suma ya paico Irikuta, que Chimuikico persona Ikima, y no caico con Punchay, gracias que hay oportunidad, hoy vas aquí comanta, no hay copas de Marina y Copa. Y Chaipagme, Kodan Rimarisonches, especialmente Kai Sumach Causaimanta, Kai Parque de la Papa Ocupeca, especialmente Causa y Kashan, King Santin, Ailuan, Causa y Kashan, Runa Ailu, Hinayata, Salta Ailu, Hinayata, Auki Ailu, Kai Okupin Watas Kashan, King Santin, Ailukunam, Kai Sumach, Alin Causa y Canampa, Hinayata, Aska, Papat Akakunapas, Wakaichasca Casallanta, Mikunanchis, Yapan, Kay, Eximuyuntimpa, Canampa, y Chaywan Sumach Causa y Canampa. Chaymi Kay Parque de la Papaca, Sotichasca Cashan, papakuna ayllu llapan persentin muyuq mikuchinanpaq sumaq kawsaykananpaq. Chaypaqmi kunan kaypi kashan wayqinchis Adrián.
Okay, I've just sent a message to Jessica to lower it.
Alejandro, Alejandro, who are you talking to? Who are you asking to lower the volume?
We need Jessica to lower the volume, I think. Is it Jessica?
Ya, Cristina, estamos mirando ahorita. Pero, tiene que ver. Sí, sí, él está traduciendo como a la vez. Él está escuchando con audífono para hacer la traducción simultánea.
Have you selected Chinese, Alejandro?
Ya, intenta de nuevo hablar un poco a ver si el volumen está mejor.
No.
¿Está mejor, Cristina?
No.
No. Is that better, Alejandro?
Aló, compañera Cristina, ¿está mejor
Yeah.
ahora el audio?
Is that okay now?
No. No, aló.
Okay. Try that then.
Probando micro.
Is it better, they're asking?
No. Aló, compañera Cristina.
Sí, está mejor ahora. ¿Me escuchas?
Sí, la escucho.
Sí, ahora está mejor, yo creo. Es que antes Alejandro no podía traducir porque vuestra voz era muy alta.
Ya, ahora está bien, pregúntamelo al ingeniero Alejandro.
Ahora está bien, Alejandro. Está mejor. No ir demasiado rápido, por favor.
Alejandro dice, no tienes que tomar como pausa, pero este ritmo de hablar un poco más despacio.
¿Y pueden empezar otra vez, por favor?
Ya, muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Ya, entonces, Aniceto, del empiezo, que reempiezas.
Bueno, compañera Cristina, el proyecto comanda, que hay mirador, que hay amaron escape, que hay mi compañera no hay copas catu, ni apa itu ini Estiano, buenan punchai, rimarisonchis, que hay suma causa, avanza, lo que es seguridad y la ciudadanía. Causa en Japinasta, Yachas, causa en Kashan, Gay, San Ayua, Salja Ayo, Rona Ayo, Pinayata, Auki Ayo,
Dos cambios. Este es dos.
Taking Kashan, Guayaquenchis, Adrián, Paili, el Suma Rapi Cucajelawan, Taking Santi, Ayuma, Guajaipota, Yapa Suma, Agari, Cucajinapa, porque Papa Yang Ayaka, Causayaka, Manan Papa Yang Ayaki, Ashuampas, Kashan, Yachaska, Yachaiwa, Suma, rituales, ceremonias, estaban Upiachas, Paipagli, Guayaquenchis, Adrián, Pai, Ayuaricón. Bueno, voy a seguir con la Kaypiqa kay haywarikuyqa kashan sumaq qhariwan warmiwan yanantin kuska apukunaman haywarikuy allin mikhuna kananpaq allin kawsay kananpaq sumaq kawsay kananpaqmi mañarikushanku paykunaqa kay llapan kay Parque de la Papa ukhupi apukunaman waqharikushanku chaymi paykunaqa warmi qhari kay rapi kukakunata aklayashanku sumaq allin rapiyuq kukakunata aywarikunankupa. Haynatan mikhuykunaq allin wiñananpaq paykunaqa sumaqta aywarikunku. Llapan kay tiqsimuyuntinpi wawakunapaq.
Wayqiykuna, panaykunakuna apunchikkunaman aywariykusunchis chay sumaq p'unchay kananpaq sumaq papanchiskuna astawan rurunanpaq ñuqanchikqa llapan allpa pacha llank'ay qallarnapaqmi chayna sumaqta haywakunchis llapan apunchikkunaman chaymi kunan ñuqa haywarikusaq apunchikkunaman kay Parque de la Papa ukhupi ashka apunchiskuna sutin chaymi ñuqa haywarikusaq tukurikusaqkuna. Pukarapa chayriqlla kunan ñuqaykupaq sumaqta haywariyakamchaykiku warmi qhari sumaqta payku rurinanpaq. Apu sortichu haywariyakamchaykiku kunan sumaq chaypi sumaq kuchita. Kasallantaq apunchiskuna kashan apu muruyqa chawaytirita tarikushan paypaqmi haywariyamushayki. Kasqallantaq pampallaqtapi tarikushan apu kampanayuq paymanpas haywariyakamishayki. Kasallantaq Patpar llaqtanchispi apu wiraquchan haywariyakamishayki huk k'intuchita. Amaru llaqtapitaq tarikushan apu Wanakawri haywarikamulaykita huk k'intuchita. Apu taqi urqu chay Amaru llaqtapi tarikullantaq chaypi ñuqayku qawariyku chay ñuqayku imina wasiykupi taqi kan alchinata ñuqayku riqsikuyku chay taqi urqu nisqata chaymi ñuqa taqi urquman haywariyakamishani. Akay saka kalahta pitari kong apo kanchaw ako. Paima mikas na haywari kamlan tak apon chisman.
Bueno, ñapaqtaqa allanchakunchis, wayqinchis Adrián, paymi sumaqta kunan punchay, allin rimarinanchispaq sumaqta haywarikun, kunantaq ichaqa yachayninchiskunata sumaqta kay tiqsi muyuntinman t'awqarisunchis, sumaqta parlarisunchis. Hinaqipanmantaq wayqinchis Mariano Sota Apukusi, técnico local kay comunidad Pampallaqtamanta rimariwasunchis, especialmente kay auki ayllumanta parlariwasunchis allin sutinchasqata. Imaynatan kay auki aylluq llank'aynin kashan, may hamurqan chay yachaykuna, kawsaykuna hamurqan sumaq waqaychaykuna kamachikuykuna hamuran allin kawsay, sumaq kawsay kananpaq hamurqan. Hinallataq llapan kay sumaq ahqiriykunapas hamurqan. Chaytan willariwasunchis wayqinchis Mariano especialmente kay auki ayllu nisqamanta. Wayqay Mariano. Gracias. Napaykupniki kunan uyarimuq waqninchista pananchis Krystyna, waraqucha Alejandro, ñatikipqa kunatapis. Kunan nuqa rimarisaq kay iminan karan kay kamachikuy ñawpa pachamanta pachachayta. Ari nuqayku kaypi tiyaq kayku kaypi wiñaq, kaypi naciduyuq ichayrayku yachayku. Kay montañakunamanta pachan kay rikushanchis kay lomanchiskuna, paykuna nuqanchikpa huk valorniyu. Hinallataq respeto, respetana imarayku. Kay urqukunapi kashan imaymana yachay, chaymanta kay yachay nuqaykuman hamuwanku. Ichayrayku nuqayku yachayta hasta kunankama hapishayku, hasta wawaykupas, wawayku aqnakamaraq yachay mana chinkanqachu. Imatan yachachiwanchis kay lomanchiskuna huk respetuta. Paypachachi huk kay lomanchisman hukirikunchis, haywarikunchis chayqa paypas chaskiwanchis hinallataq nuqanchista waqaychawanchis. Aywisqa mana hinaqa nuqanchista huk castigawasumanpas aqna. Ichayrayku paykuna respetuyuq hinallataq manchakuna. Paypas mana sapallanchu kay lomanchiskunapas. Siempre kashan kaypi huk apusumpichu qhata representan. Hinallataq kaypi kashan huk montaña warmimanta representan Pucarapa Antilliqlla. Paykunan kashanku huk yanantin. Minachus chaymanta munanki yachay hamun. Hinallataq nuqaykupas kaypi kayku warmi, qhari, manan nuqayku qharilla imatapas rurayta atiykumanchu. Siempre junto, kuska, yanantin warmiwan qhariwan nuqayku ima llank'aytapas wakichiyku. Sichus warmi sapallanpas mana atillanmantaqchu ima ruraytapas. Chaynatan yanantin hukunapas kanku chaymanta yanantin hamun. Hinallataq tutapas huk warmi hina representa huk p'unchayta huk qhari hina. Tuta p'unchay paykuna ishkilla kanku. Killa warmimanta intita qharimanta paykunapas kuska llank'allankutaq. Hinus kaypiqa kashan kuskamanta yanantin llank'ay. Hinallataq kay yachaypi kasallantaq nuqaykupaq kay lomanchiskunapi sumaq uywakuna kashanku. salqa uywa. Después nuqayku kushka kawsaq uywakunapas kallanta, chaymanta kallanta ukupachapi uywakunapas. Chaykunan kashan kay llank'ariypi, kay ruwaypi wayqiykuna. Chaymantapas nuqaykuta yachachiwanku kay allpakunata sumaqta cuidanapaq, mana ni ima quimicowanpas churanapaq. Chay llaqtanchikkunapi sumaq mikhuna kananpaq, mana imapas faltawananchikpaq. Chaymi chay llank'ay yanantin llank'ay kashan compañeros. Entonces chaymi nuqaq rimarini karan gracias chay principios, chay valores chaykuna rimarisqayman. Disculpankichis kashan chica gargantaman. Gracias. Hinallataq kay chaninchaypi nuqayku yachayku antes pacha kay chaninchaypi huk leykuna kashan kamachikuy. Mana kay medio ambiente, kay huchanchiskuna contaminanapaq. Chaymantapas huk muyupi ruway. Asamblea ukupi nuqayku huk muyupi chakrata ruwayku. Mana chay ukuman ni ima papallank'asqaman haykunmanchu uywa. Hasta animalpawanpas cuidasqa. Mayqanchus kay dañuta ruwanchayqa, mayqanchus kay dañutapi ruwanchayqa huk sancionasqa kanman kay asamblea ukupi. Chaymanta kayqa umallapi manam gobiernuchu nin kayta qankuna ruwaychis nispa sapaqmi nuqayku liyikniyku ukupi kay llaqtayku ukupi kamachikuy. Chaykunata nuqayku hunt'anayku. Chaypitaqmi nuqayku chay llank'ayku wasi ruwaypi, chakra ruwaypi, uywa michiypi, hinallataq imaymana llank'aypipas nuqayku aynipi ruwayku. Kunan riki nuqa ruwakuyman wasita, utaq chakratapas, utaq señorapas ayniwanman, utaq señorapurapas ayninakunku paykuna uywa michiypi, hasta wasi ruwaypipas ayninapiyku. Chaymi chay nuqaykupak sumaq kawsari, huk wakchakunapaq alcanzari, huk mana mikhunayuqpaq quri, huk mana kallpayuq kashan paytapas aysari, anchaymi chay kamachikuy nuqayku ukupi kasharaq. Mana nuqayku aqtatachu qhawarinakuyku, ashwanpas aynipi llank'ayku, chakra ruwaypipas, ima ruwaypipas, llipin tukuypi nuqayku ayni kay llaqtapi kashan. Mana qullqillatachu qhawariyayku nuqayku.
Buenos días. Hey, llank'ay ukupi nuqaykupi warmikunapas nuqayku igualtataq aychina aynipi llank'ay warmipura nuqaykupas ayninakuyku waykuypi anchina institutukuna yanapaypi nuqayku warmikunapas ayni llank'ay. Hinallataq wawakunatapas nuqayku yachachiku hasta wawamanta pacha llank'ayta aynipi llank'ayta nuqayku ñañaykuna turaykuna yachachiku. Mana nuqallaykuchu aqna kuraqkunallachu llank'ayku maspin wawakunatapas yachachiku chaymanta pacha warmi wawatapas qhari wawatapas aqna aynipi llank'ayta.
Chaymi karan nuqayku rimariniyku, nuqayku rimariniyku rimayku. Gracias. Bueno, Marihuanchis, alimentación, variada, ahí mi Marihuanchis, que lo que son principios andinos culturales de Escamanta, que auki ayuman, Maimanta Hamu, Kamachikui, Kausanapa, Suma, Kausanapa, Yahanchuku. Kirayatahme, kunanqa rimariwasullanchista wayqinchis lino mamanin paymi parlariwasunchis especialmente kay salqa ayllumanta salqa ayllu llank'ayninmanta rimariwasunchis sumaq kawsay kananpaq maymanta hamun kay sumaq willakuykuna allin llank'ay kananpaq askha t'aqa mikhunakunaq paqarinanpaq sumaq mikhunanchis mana pisiwananchispaq imaynan kay Parque de la Papa uhupi kashan tarikushan askha t'aqa papakuna kashan llank'aynin kashan hinallamantaq kasallantaq kay salqa papa uhukunapi kasallantaq kay ita papakuna kasallantaq imaynan kashan llank'aykuna chaymantam parlariwasunchis wayqinchis lino mamani especialmente kay salqa aylluq ruwayninta kamachikuyninta sumaq kawsay kananpaq rimariwasunchis wayqinchis lino mamani.
Gracias, Panay Cristina. No papas, na paituite, primero tata, parte la papa, que no na paituite. Entonces, may pachachos, no pagrimarinaypaq, kawasya kay salqay yunistamanta. Entonces, kay salqay yuniskapia no kayko, kawariku, yapan planta kunata, yapan animal kunata, kay okupitaqa kay papakuna taririkushan planta chakuna animal kuna llapanku. Chay patamantaqya noqayku conservación de papas nativas nisqata ruwariku kay sistema de ayllos nisqapi kay salqa ayllu patapi. Chay ukupitaqa qhawarillaykutaj calendario agrícola nisqata. Entonces kay calendario agrícola nisqapi noqayku aswan allin hatun watantin kay papa llank'ayta kay conservación nisqamanta rimariqtinchisqa papa llank'ayta ankay ukhunta kay calendario ukhunta ankayta qhawarispa noqayku apariyku kay calendario agrícola nisqapi imaynatachus noqayku papa allaymanta pacha papa allayta ruwaspa papa muhuta aklaruyku chay patamantaq kay agosto killa chayamuptin Pachamama respetaypi y hinallataq papa tarpuy qallarinapaq kay septiembre, octubre ankaypi noqayku aswan allintaqa qhawarinayku kay animalchakunaq willakuyninpi. Entonces kay animalkunaya noqaykupaq huk indicador biológico hina. Entonces paykunaya digamos kay atuqkuna waqaman maypachachus aswan allinta chayqa ña papa tarpuyta qallarinaykuña. Y hinañataq plantakunamantapas willakuqkuna kashanku kay ruq'anikun chaymanta añapanku kantu paykuna munayta tikarimunqa chayqa kay wata yasta allin kanqa papa tarpunapaq yasta qallarinapaqña y allin wata kanunqa watantinpaq. Ankayta noqayku kay salqa ayllu ankay partipi qhawariyku entonces kay calendario agrícola nisqaman kay septiembre, octubre killapi hatun papa tarpuy aparikushan. Pues kay willakuqkunaq willakanusqanman hina mana chayllatachu qhawarillaykuta kay phuyukuna imaynatan purimushan atmosférico nisqa entonces ankayta qhawariyku hinallataq kay astronáutico nisqamanta askakuna imaynatan willakuyninta lluqsichimushan o qhawarikamushan entonces ankaykunata noqayku kay calendario agrícola nisqata qhawariyku y hinallataqa kay yachaykunata karan may pachak waranqa wata qhipamantaraq hamushan hasta kunankama. Entonces ankayta qhawarispaya kay conservación de papa nativa nisqata kay parque de la papa noqayku waqaychashayku y solo manan kay papa waqaychayllachu kay noqaykupaq kay ukhuntaya kay tukuy yachaykuna hamushan nimusqankuman hina kay ukhunta kay ayni minka kaykuna hamushan y chay ukhupitaqa tarikun kay sumaq kawsay nisqa. Entonces ankay ukhunta noqayku kay llank'ariyta apashayku llapan yachaykunawan watarisqata. Entonces ankaytaya nuqa rimarimunay karan Hinallataqa complementaymunqa kaypi wayqinchis Nazario. Wayqiy Nazario.
Bueno, panay Krystyna, Parque de la Papa, Sutimpe, Napaykuinita, Chairi Chimuki. Pinagamantak no ka remay cosa kay area conservación. Y minatachos no caico conservación ko kipijapang agrobiodiversidad, diversidad de papas nativas, kay Temaman. Bueno, no caico kay Parque de la Papapi, Huacay Chachaico, 1367 variedades de papas nativas. May tingkunan chaykuna y no kata referitin aquí. Colección local mi kashan, colección local kashan, colección local mi kashan 778 variedades. Y matan significa Japan kay no caico satisfaico papacuna. Te mandan casellanta repatriación 400 días variedad. Te mandan casellanta no heriteas lo que es que raíces poderosas andinas aquí me callan 91 especies. Te mandan casellanta aripoires y mi color son huevo papacuna diferentes hasta color son huevo papacuna casellanta 52 cultivares. Por último, casellantas que papacuna, casellantas por último, casan variedades foreca. Si conatan huacaychashaico, que parque la papapa. Entonces, no caico pagme que porque no caico fil lugar. Por lado conata, jawaris un chesma ejemplo teta, yuitañan chincachipunco, que papa nativa conata. Entonces, no caico que como centro origen, kashan, entonces que no caico huacaychashaico, ya pantaka, mijiconata y papaconata. Y mapa, no canchista, runaconata, causanches, mijonawa. Inayata, pachamamapi, no canches, rutinches. Inayamanta, pisalpa, animal kunapas, luita, paikunawan kuska, sipeka, yankaiko, ainit. Salpa aino, runa aino, ay. Entonces, ahnapin, no kaikoka, wakaichashaiko, que no canches, mijonanchista, seguridad, soberanía alimentaria. Chaytan no kaiko roashaiko, chay, parque la papapi, chaytan no kaiko, referichimutico, conan que, para la rinikupi, conan horas. Kinayatagme que hay centro origen de área del parque de la papa, y pintaricochan 3 especies parientes silvestres. Kay papa kunamantan kay mayakan kunan kunan solano bocasobe, solano rapifolio, solano ataul. Entonces kay papa kunamantan kamu kunan lima mushane de guaranca kin zapacha soptachunkan kanchisneo apapapamanta. Kay papa kunamantan kamu kay papa kun. Entonces kay no kanchispa chaymanta pacha chaymi no kanchispaqa ancha valor mío. Salqa ayro ukupin chay kashan chay especies parientes silvestres reservas genéticas. Chaymantapas kasharantaqmi chaymantapas kay parque de la papapa tarikulantaqmi 3 pesos ecológicos. Oran, chaupi, agua. Entonces chauhopin llapan diversidad mifikuna wiñan ruru. Entonces chaywan difunanchespa contas. Chaymanta que en parte con tema de investigación. Y minatan que hay papakunatan no caico que investigación, tema de investigación, pero achaico, no caico que porque aquí cambio climático no canchista, ni chota, hasta caballante, si también no caico, hawan maño, lo será con papacuna, tatahmi no kayku ki investigación tarwaspa kutiachimshayku kaskanta oral. Entonces, kaytan mana mikunakuna faltanampa, mikunanchis faltanampa ruwarishay. Añay, anchatan añaychakukichas uyarikuwaspa.
Añaychakunchis maypinchis nasario, maywanchis kay investigación imaynatan parte de la papa ocupa ruwaricushan que hay frente al cambio climático y escapa a causa y asca de cuna naranpas que cebollontepas caimanta de mayuanches y mainatan que hay conservación kunata lugares anchos chaimanta kunantagmi palaribasunches kay runa ayllo nisqamantañata de maribasunches pananches ricardina y mainan kashan kay parque de la papa ocupe organización kashan organizasca paricushan kay parque de la papa paricushan organizasca kashan y menatatagmi gracias a la organización Sayapaco y Kasha y Maimana incidencias políticas Nishaman Kasha y Mainan Kasha que hay acuerdo intercomunal Nesca de Manacuicona Kasha hay organización como modelo que hay parque de la papa Ocupe Kasha. Chaymantan de Maribasunchis Mananchi Ricardina.
Imena puñurescan ki kashayku ki parque ujupi ki pispantin comunidad puñuresca kashayku ki mantataqmi ki imaymana allinchaykuna paqarisqanta hinallataqmi raykuna ñañaykuna ki kasupi ki parque ujupi ki runa ayllu kasupi tariwanku estatutos reglamentos acuerdo intercomunal parques en comunidad. Que imaginan que parque ujupi yancarico, que ujupi encashan que comunidad comunidad amaru, paru, pampallata, chahuayquiri, tataca misma. Que pisante en comunidad me aftar tama yancarishayco, que mantatagmi, que sapanca comunidad manta, sapa ishkiwata ki parque ujupi, puñarikushpa asambleapi karsqama reglamentos nisqama hina umallirinko turnupi tupamusqama hina tikamachikusqama hina sapa ishkiwata umallirinko ki parque ujupi ti wakintaqmi makichakinchikama hina ti sapanka umalliqpaq kari imantaqmi hamshallantaq colectivos económicos nisqa karishan ataq reglamento estatuskuna kashana tiyaqa allinta organizakuqtiyku na karin organización y pinkashan expertos técnicos locales nisqa karishan imanta grupo gastronomía imanta karishan plantas medicinales iman karishan artesanía tapas arariwas guías locales y mantas carishan turismo vivencial Sapanca comunidad y Sapanca grupupi puririshayku mano comunidad llamantachu puñuristas Sapanca grupupi carishanku según que linicos nisqama hina kamachikuykuna kasqama hina asambleapi hurqurisqa Sapanca grupumanta carishanku Sapanca comunidad manta Kaldishayku tanto técnicos, wakin grupukunapas, ahnapitaqmi puñurikuyku hinaspa waka saqaypi kaykunapi listakunapi ashkiriyku kaq kay grupukuna productunkuta venderinku chaypas chaymanta paykunapi 10% aportarinku kay parqueukuman kaq visitamanta chayarimun chaytapas puñurikun chaytataqmi directivo comunal chay umalliqkuna waqhariwanku Kitama asambleapi kiparikun kaykan puñurikun wakantinpi kawsaykuna kitataqmi aqarikun según mayqan comunidadmi imaymanata llankarishpa juntarishankita. Mayqan llapan grupomanchis purimushan manachus chay hina calificación aparikun, chayman hinan chaykuqa t'aqarikun watantinmanta primer lugar, segundo lugar, mayqancha allinta mayqan comunidadpi puririn chayman hina. Manan kaypiqa qhillamanqa masta quykumanchu nitaqmi igualta t'aqaykumanchu. Mayqancha llankan masta chaymi masta apan, chaytataqmi chay qullqitataqmi sapanka comunidadpi ima necesidadcha kan comunidadpi chaypi masa general decidin imapi gastayta ima necesidadkunacha kan anchayta. Anchaymi kay willarikuyni, chaymantataqmi willarikumunaypaq kashallanta kay allpayku uhuman, llaqtayku uhuman urquykuta o sallqa ayluykuchu sallqa animalkuna imachu kay kawsayniyku ñuqaykuwan kushka kawsariy, mana ñuqayku dijaykumanchu pipas maypas hamurushpa urquykuta thaqmarunanta ni animalniykuta sipirunankuta. Compañeriykuna rimarimusqanku hina paykunawan ñuqayku kawsayku, tiyayku, chayqa mana ñuqaykuqa dijaykuchu imatapas. Maypachas kay reglamento organizasqa kayku, fuera del parque sapanka comunidadpipas kayku organizasqa wakin comiteykunapas imapas organizakushpan puririyku puñuytapas puñuytapas huk laruman saqirishpa respetachikuyta munashpa Santo Mineriamanta nitaqmi unuykutapis privatizayta atinkumanchu, porque chaykuna organizasqan kayku ashka comunidadkuna unuykumantapis organizasqayku chayqa organizakuypiqa puririykun maytamapas leykunata sayachiyku, mana ni política ni pipas ñuqaykuta saruchakuwankumanchu. Imarayku, porque kaymi ñuqayku kawsayniyku, llank'ayniyku, nitaqmi hawaykuta pipas pasanqachu. Chaymantataqmi karishallantaq kay mikhuy llank'aykunapi nishaykiku, chay kasupin tukuyta llank'ayku ñuqayku, imachus ñuqaykupaq necesidad chayta, wawaykuta qhawarishpa, familiaykuta qhawarishpa, manan pi estaduchu niwanku, qammi llank'anki papallata, qammi llank'anki chayllata nispa. Ñuqaykumanta nasin chay taqitaqmi wasiykupi primer lugar taqi kanan, puchuktataqcha runa masiykuman puriyku, venderiyku, apariyku. Chaytataqmi qayninpa kay unquykuna kaqtinpas Cusco llaqtaman apariyku kay apuyuta, porque mana ñuqayku gracias a Dios kay campupi nishutachu kaykunawan traumas, o sea, traumarukuyku, sino llakirikuyku astawan. Hay veces qullqiqcha kanku llaqta uhupi, pero mana mihunankupaq tapunchu, mana taqikuyta yachankuchu. Ñuqaykuqa pisicha qullqiyku, pero taqiykuqa junta'a kashan khullu ch'uñullapis mihunaykupaq. Pero llaqta uhuta haykuriyku, llakirikuyku, wasi uhupi wisq'arisqa kashanku, qullqi pulsunku junta'a kashan, pero mana mihunankupaq rantirikunankupak tapunchu. Chayqa llakikuy chaykunata qhawarishpa, kay organizacionwan kamarchinakushpa, directivokunawan, comunidadkunawan organizarikushpa, kay apuyuta chayarichiyku Cusco llaqtaman, kay cuarentenakunata pasasharanku, chaymanta yuyaqkunapaq, chaymanta kay madres, wawakuna, huk wawa, huk wawaqta, huk hogarpi, chaykunaman chayachiyku, anchaywan ñuqayku kusisqa tariyku, llank'ayniykuta aparishpa. Anchaymi kay ñuqaq rimarini, gracias añay turay ñañaykuna, kunantaqmi pasarisaykichis compañerunchis turayman Daniel Paqum.
Anipuyta wasiykuna panaykuna kachu, hinallata qallarinqa panaykuna sojarpi puncha kachu napaypita chilpichi. Bueno, gracias a la organización del Parque de la Papa, ñuqayku lograriku lo que es contra semilla transgénico, haykum sharkan. No kayko, chay mishkipapay kurayko. Chay no kayko salugniku contra haykum sharkan, transgénico. Entonces, gracias a la organización del Parque de la Papa, no caigo cotrichico, chungawatapa. Porque caigo na tawarichungo nispanco. Porque no caigo ta transgénico hay conspata, no caigo ta situación como pequeña agricultura, no caigo papayanga saico ta más situación como imagina y no caigo pa contra el transgénico. Mano no caigo no caigo cho, asons no caigo organización socan de comunidad, hipaman cotrichico. En allá está piratería. Usted piratería tapas similar con aparecer canco y paikuna no. Entonces Monsanto se inquinta paikuna empresario tango no caico cepita monabanco lo que es agrícolas indígenas de estata. Pues no caico mana monaico man gracias a la organización que con cotrichico. En allá está organización 6 comunidades lograría cosas lo que es agrobiodiversidad, reconocimiento de zona de agrobiodiversidad que hay tal no caigo, lograría cosas. Entonces gracias a esta organización no caigo, que con atas de organización no caigo, gracias. Que ya cha o hay que con una panaicona no plenaria en cama.
No, no acaban de hacer con el hay más gente, hay gente de cacho, para que no pare maremos, que una y mira cuando caigo, wakai chaico, mira cuando chaico, organización y que wakai pinzas paico, que para niña y una pinzas y organización que no caigo que parte de la papate, van a poner a pinzas y pasondas. Pawinnya ikut napi futura generation ke hinalata iminan ke ungko ikut nakuna tamusang ikunawan ikunat pisal spaiko hinalata kona ikunche ikunape ka mana kona ke parte de la papel ka hinalata hinanti yakta kunape pas mana kuna para kashancho ni tiempo picho Rupaijan paso nitak siempre que papa mukir kota nukai ko sirwadi shaiko apan kilak tapi kinalat nukai ko apariday ko hakai eskal balak taman ki mukuta nukai ko bisunay ko pinsas pa seguridad alimentaria nista pinsas pa pachak watapak nukai ko hakarimaray ko hakai lak taman kinalat ki muku aparinay ko pakmana nukai ko kumulata chapay ko asambas que Pachamama da permiso que saiko hinalata que mukuikuta nunca más pinza más watayan kariray kuarme hari wawakunanti alinta chanin charispaiko nukai que mukuta palayko que nukai seguridad alimentaria nispa pinzarispa hinalata ña nukai pues España kashayko que mukuta sirvarimus paiko porque ya seguro España kasha mananya yakuna kankanyachu ima onkoinya imanya hamukimpas.
So in that way, the food, our food is also medicine, and this is very important. If you have good food, it's medicine, and that's all what I can tell you because my time has come up. Thank you. And as you see, how our brothers and sisters are presenting this in a way that is weaving our story, it's weaving our different perceptions and views. And again, I want to stress how the three ayllus, the Sai-Haruna ayllus, when they work together, When nature works together with humans and the sacred, then we have harmony, we have plenty of food. So this is what we call summa causa. So a food system in the potato park wouldn't exist if you do not, our old system of 18,000 years old that we are doing agriculture here in these lands will continue to be based on those principles and those values of working together with nature, with the Pachamama, of working together with the sacred, with our mountains. And that's how our organization is expressed. This organization has been able to reach out through the international network of indigenous peoples so that we are recognized internationally because we try to work in a cooperative way. If we want to see the future among indigenous peoples, we need to remember of our values, of our knowledge, of our own way of doing things, and we shouldn't lose it. So if we want to have summa causa, buen vivir, our institutions, our organizations have to be based, on our principles. So, Sister Krystyna, this is our presentation. This is how we do summa causa, buen vivir, and how the way we are organized, how we work in mutual benefit with our landscape. In the potato park, we are happy, even though we have the COVID pandemic upon us. We have plenty of food. We have food that we have shared with other communities, with people that are hungry in Cusco. And that tells the strength of our system. And thank you. We would like to now and now we would like to introduce ourselves. Good morning, everyone. I'm Carmen, and it's here in the potato park. I'm leader in India. We work with the medicinal plant collective. And as you see, you're going to find here from elders like me to youth, and I'm very happy to have share our knowledge with all my brothers and sisters. Good morning to everyone. I'm so happy to be also to say hello to these distinguished viewers. For the community of Famaru. Brothers and sisters, Sister Krystyna, we send you our greetings. As you see, Isidora Takuri, and I leader of the medicinal plants group. Brothers and sisters, Brisaida, I'm a leader of the group of gastronomy. Brothers and sisters, I'm Ricardina Paco. I'm a leader of the group of experts. I'm Daniel Paco Cantori. I'm a technical local expert, local expert. I'm Mariano Suta, leader of the community of Pampayacta. I'm technical local local expert. Sister Krystyna, brothers and sisters, Dian Supatakuri, the community of Amaru, and I am a local knowledge leader. I'm Nazario Kispi Aman, Krystyna, and hello everyone.
Muy buenos días, no Cajote Ciprián Joyo, comunidad Amormanta, técnico local. Bueno, buenos días. Saya no Cajote, Cajote, técnico local Amormanta. Panay Krystyna, no capaz hatong marka kuita apachamente no Cajote lino mamani Pampayactamanta aska papakuna wakaicha. Panay Krystyna, ani hamoy kacho hojak marca kuita apachimuti, no casote yo, hamone comunidad Amaro. Bueno, no casta Panay Krystyna, no casote ni Aniceto, técnico local, Parque de la Papa Comán. Kolando no kaiko. Eso no, kita ini kita favorita monai tipo que hay un
Ya, compañeros, vamos a hacer preguntas ahora, entonces alístanse para responder a preguntas.
Alianchu, compañeros, muchísimas gracias. Does anybody would like to have any questions?
Panay Krystyna,
Vamos a hacer preguntas, alístanse.
So I hope everyone can hear me. Would anyone like to ask a question to the Potato Park experts? We have 15 minutes left of this session, and Alejandro can translate the responses. Okay, can I say something while people think of questions? Alejandro, I'd like to just say thank you so much. I really appreciated all their hard work, and it's been very nice to see them all, and I've learned a lot from them. the message about the values underpinning their food system is really important.
Más que nada en parte de los valores andinos que están guiando así toda la práctica.
Or should I say it in Spanish?
Yes, please, Krystyna. Go. No.
Compañeros, muchísimas gracias. Muchísimas gracias por compartir todos vuestros conocimientos, sabidurías tan ricas sobre los valores tan importantes. Y me alegro mucho de veros a todos. Muchísimas gracias. Tenemos una pregunta. Hola. Tenemos una pregunta que quieren saber cómo guardáis vuestras semillas de papa, o sea, sobre el banco de semillas. ¿Podrías explicar un poquito, por favor? So I just asked about the question about how do they store their potato seeds, so they're responding to that now.
Ya, a ver, panay tapo ko ini timang no kay kumay
how do we it may be puzzling that why we keep so many potatoes. We only follow the way how we have learned from our elders. The way we do the conservation and how we order our different types of varieties that we follow a tree. We know that certain types of potatoes derive from certain wild relatives, and they have different types of features. Some are to dry it, another are like to cook, other types of peeling. So the type of conservation we do reflects the different types of uses that we make of the potatoes in the potato park. So, but this type of selection then needs to be complemented by a basic infrastructure that from all times we used to have. Now we have a seed bank where we store using this type of selection, which reflects our taxonomy. So once we have, if we were in the harvest time, we bring all the potatoes that were collected and make this take it to the storage in the storage in the month of May, and so that like we can like share with all the communities. So there is a connection between this last day of May, where we celebrate the National Day of Potato, because it's the end of the planting of the harvest season, and between May and August is that we start processing different types of potatoes and do seed selection, and as was explained before, in the month of August.
Thank you very much.
Another question?
Yeah, so we have a question. The question about what the community expects and wants out of research on indigenous food systems. They're not part of the AHRC project, so I'm not sure if that question is that relevant.
De esa investigación.
Bueno, para ahí, no hay copas que hay esperanza que haya investigación con la banca, especialmente en yapas y acharicunas que hasta ahora hay cambio climático en esta salsachaycuna, especialmente que pequeños agricultores para que no hay copas jamás tanto que acá. Investigación con la banca no hay con mascarillaico, especialmente que hay variedades de papas resistentes a los factores climáticos en esta papa con mascaita.
And how those changes in the landscapes are moving. So the collaboration with scientists and doing this research allow us to respond to specific problems that we have. So it could be pests. It could be how potatoes are moving very fast up in the mountain. How we can use in gastronomy. How we are used in medicine. So we have different types of questions, and our research is decided by us and respond to our needs. So being engaged in research has allowed us also to build an infrastructure of conservation. And that infrastructure of conservation translate into responses, solutions that then the economic collectives can take advantage, like in gastronomy or developing new products for the potato park. So, and all that is connected also to the intercommunity agreement that we have.
Thank you.
Una pregunta de las variedades que nosotros hemos repatriado, ¿son variedades que están disponibles como en el mercado que uno se puede comprar o son algo muy único no comercializado?
Especialmente que hay papas mejoradas de esta cuna yancaran.
Here in the potato park, we focus only on traditional varieties. And like as a potato park, we do not see necessary to have modern varieties. In our ecology, those modern varieties do not work, do not produce. But the native potatoes, especially those that have colors, especially those that have taste and texture, those are that are of interest because we know them. We know which of those can be used for health, for food, for medicine, for ritual. We can make it, use it in the restaurant that we have here, or we can take it to the market, especially for the booming gastronomy industry.
Thank you so much. So I have another question. Otra pregunta que tenemos, si es que la ceremonia que habéis hecho en el contexto de la pandemia os ayuda a tener menos miedo del COVID. Esa es la pregunta. Y también si la papa es vulnerable a los blights, a las enfermedades.
La rancha.
Y si hay una manera de enfrentar esas enfermedades.
Let me allow do the
So
question.
I wanted to say it in English as well, so everyone else knows what the question is. Does the ceremony in the pandemic context help them to fear less the impact of COVID? And another question is, potato is vulnerable to blights. Is there a method to fight these?
Bueno, Krystyna, lo que vemos es que Verona onko ite kasama nita, coronavirus manta. Sei no kaiko
No estamos dejando bien. ¿Qué pasó? Can you
kaiko.
translate, Alejandro?
Hello. The pandemic has affected these communities in a different way because we have focused on strengthening our local food system. When the pandemic arrived, we didn't depend of external markets. We depended of our own food production. So when the markets were closed, when the roads were closed, we were able to even host there other people. We have all types of products. We have quinoas, we have fasciolis, we have corn and other types. So we have plenty of food here. And so our work that has focused on keeping the food for us allow us to respond to those pressures and the different types of needs that we have. So this shows that if you conserve a large diversity of food crops, this type of crisis can be overcome. You won't have this type of needs of food. So yes, the values are inherent to our system. Make us happy that if we wouldn't have those values, we wouldn't be able to connect this diversity.
Pinches white pinches lino kay rancha on koy kunata inata no kay kay parque la papa hawari chaito ina kunata no kay kurwari chaito. Krystyna, may pacheco stop kami ni Timanta.
About your question on Phytophthora and how we dealing with this. We've been living with Phytophthora for thousands of years. So this is a disease that doesn't need any type of external solutions. We do a management by doing a good selection of seeds first, selecting a land where you have to be rotating your crop so that you avoid putting in the same type of plot where the Phytophthora is. So doing rotation and good seed selection provides you a good strategy to respond to this type of disease. So we don't need transgenics or any type of modern seed to respond to this. Having high diversity is another strategy. Because the disease will affect usually only to one or two diversity varieties. But if you keep a large diversity of potatoes, then you minimize the impact of the disease. So you have to learn how to live with it, know how to disappear it. So see, and then also you have to work with nature. We know medicinal plants. We know other types of plants that help us to make different types of preparations by which we can also help the potatoes to resist. Though if Phytophthora is moving higher up with climate change, our crops are moving more and more up, and of course this is concerning because how the Phytophthora, our traditional methods of dealing with Phytophthora I know they continue to strengthen, but we still need collaboration with science to see how we strengthen these agroecological methods that we have used for thousands of years to respond to Phytophthora.
I'm really sorry we're going over a bit. I hope people don't mind, but I think there are a few more questions, if that's okay with everyone. ¿Cómo es el proceso de decidir qué conocimiento se puede compartir y cuál no? Y para los que quechua y para los que medidas toman para preservar el conocimiento sagrado que no se comparte?
Just a quick thing. So, el conocimiento que se decide no compartir, pues qué medidas toma la comunidad para preservar ese conocimiento que no se comparte fuera de la comunidad. Esta es la segunda pregunta. Porque son...
¿Se entiende? Can I translate to English? What is the process to decide which knowledge you can share and which you can't share, and what measures are taken to preserve sacred knowledge that can't be shared?
My answer is there is three ways of managing knowledge in the potato park. There is one type of knowledge that it's not shared. Another type of knowledge that it's shared with care. So we have to make all types of measures so that there is not a misappropriation of that type of knowledge. And the third extreme is the type of knowledge that we share with anyone. Is the type of knowledge that we must, well, obliged to share with other people, because on that depends the food, the livelihoods, and the organization. But in terms of specific knowledge, the majority of that knowledge is in the second level. The knowledge that has been misappropriated and with its claims of biopiracy. And the first type of knowledge, the sacred, the type of knowledge that we don't share for in any manner. For instance, the knowledge about values, the knowledge about principles, that's the knowledge that we have to share. With the knowledge of being in harmony with between female and male is the knowledge that we have to share. The knowledge about transmitting it to future generations is the knowledge that you have to share. So there is types of knowledge that you are obliged to knowledge, but the knowledge that is sacred, the knowledge that is related to the use of medicinal plants, the use of specific species, we don't share.
So I have, I think, one last question, if that's okay. A colega de, well, Q, Casper Charter from Q, like to ask the community if they have plans of how to respond to climate change. Is preparing for climate change an active strategy for their seed development? And is preparing for climate change an active strategy for their seed development?
Allow me to respond to this. The climate change is is a challenge for us. And we collaborate with scientists in this regard because this is a global problem that requires the connection between the local and the global. This climate change is affecting and is the biggest challenge that we have. So diversity, the diversity of potatoes that we keep in the potato park has provided us the tools for doing this type of research. One of the lessons of the 5-year research we have done with the International Potato Center is that even though we have a large diversity, we should be increasing the number of varieties that each farmer has, because not all farmers have all the or plant the type of diversity in an even way. But also we need to involve the youth. We need to involve the elder. They have the knowledge about what type of potatoes we may use to respond to certain type of health problems, and in that way we can respond. And we don't have to. I mean, we had to make all the effort to make to keep this knowledge. Perhaps I have not responded fully, so I'm gonna pass to any my colleague here. Climate change. Climate change has been an issue for a few years here. We've been collaborating with universities, research centers, and other organizations, and doing different type of research. So collaboration is important. Climate change is going to affect the variety of potatoes that we have. But this variety is also important for people outside. So any type of articulation with scientists and bringing the knowledge that we may not have will allow us to respond.
Orang manta wuchay man sa kamuktenka kay orang pe huy na huy ko nang asta wuchay man tos kamusya niya punita.
There is a trend that we're seeing in the potato park. All the crops are moving up. And while we may have new crops in the lower part, we are losing many of those in the upper part. So it's a very challenging situation. We may have extinction of many varieties if we don't make efforts to keep it.
We have a very, very quick question, if possible, from Naraj. Are all the varieties that have been retrieved, are they all commercially grown? I assume that means retrieved from the International Potato Center. Are they commercially grown? Are they grown for the market?
Son crecidos comercialmente, ¿o no?
Bueno, anay ko na, papas, ni Maria Musa. Bueno, que papa ko na kaya, stay ko mahina ka. Siyempre, komersyo pa ka, may kampa pa ko na siya, anak ko, o ahyarikos pa ya.
It depends. We first prioritize our own food. The repatriation was done to bring back potatoes that were collected in the potato park. So those are not new varieties. Those are all varieties from the region. And we do not plant them for commercial purposes, but for food principally. And we concept so that we in the future could have a community seed enterprise. And that will be the best way of connecting ourselves with the market.
Okay, well, thank you so much, everyone. And thank you, muchísimas gracias, compañeros, por todos esos conocimientos, experiencias que habéis compartido. Thank you very much for sharing all your knowledge and experiences. It's been a wonderful session and I really appreciate your time. Ha sido una sesión maravillosa. Muchísimas gracias por vuestro tiempo. Thank you very much to everyone at Andes, Jessica, Kike, and particularly Alejandro for all his hard work with the translation. And thank you, muchas gracias a todos, a Kike y a Jessica y a Alejandro y a todos vosotros. Ha sido una sesión muy estupenda. Muchísimas gracias. Alianchu. Okay,
bueno,
adiós.
Bueno, panay Krystyna, inayata yapan chetika panay.
Sister Krystyna and everyone, we want to also thank you. We are very happy to collaborate with you, and we hope that our collaboration continues, and because that has been always important for the organization of the Potato Park. It's always this exchange of knowledge, exchange of information that provides us more knowledge and provides us the tools so we can respond to future challenges.
Okay, adiós. Muchas gracias. Fantastic. So thank you very much, everybody. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you on Tuesday.